It was at this moment Jackson knew. He fucked up.
Okay, in frame real quick, I have the 1964 Adele, 1964 audio Adele, get a size comparison. The thickness of the Adele is substantial. Well, it's got 8 balanced armatures in it, so that's why that is. But these are a lot smaller than in the pictures, like Twister 6 has, like 1 centimeter zoom or something, because they look like monsters. But these are actually not bad at all. I put them in the video really quick because there's certain people that believe the balanced armatures do certain things better than dynamic drivers, and you know, I didn't have, but okay, I had them for a little while. I had the Shure 846s for a little while, unofficial trade that ended up being canceled for both sides. That was with my SC1000s and DAP. That didn't go well, and I'm glad, because I actually didn't like it. One of those things where you get something and you feel like you got the good end of the deal, and then you really feel like you got screwed. Lucky he felt the same way, so we ended up undoing that deal. That was locally in Japan, and that was cool. I ended up giving those SC1000 to somebody else, and I sold the DAP. So it all worked out good. But I had familiarity with balanced armatures. And I was quite a fan of the 1964 Ears V8, because I'd heard them once. I have since heard them again today to confirm that my memory was maybe, I think at that point I'd not heard anything that was quite to the level of these EX800STs. So the 1964 Ears V8 are impressive, and their bass is really good, but now that I've had more experience with in-ear monitors a year later, they're not quite as good as I remember them being, which is why memory sucks. Videos are pretty cool because you can see what you said yourself. So these are mine, actually, and I'm sending these back because one of them has a scratch on it. But while I'm doing this, I have to say that 1964 Ears, or 1964 Audio, took really good care of me, because they're sending a UPS label and a replacement set for these, and I'm going to keep them. I'm pretty sure, just because it's a different experience. But to get back to the main part of the show, these 4-year-old, 5-year-old Sonys, let me tell you with unequivocally that these would kick the crap out of the Z5s. Kick the crap out of the Z5s. These do everything better than the Z5s. I've always known that, and I'm telling you in this video without a doubt. So Sony went backwards for the sake of progress, you know, combining balanced armatures with dynamic drivers. I got mixed emotions about how that actually turns out. I think BAs only, or dynamic only. I've not heard you know, the ASG 2.5s came very close to bliss, but, and Jay Mills said something about the harmony, or one of the other ones that the Bravo let go as being kind of really the balance between bass and treble, but the 2.5s were kind of mellow in the treble, and I had a personal experience with the company that just kind of, you know, made it all not enjoyable anymore. So I traded those off, and I got something else coming in for those, and I'll do a video of what's coming in. I think I did good on that deal too, and the person that got the ASGs thinks that they did too. So that one worked out well. These are the bass bosses, and I can say that because I've got a Mojo here, and on the Mojo there are 2 headphone outs, and you can play 2 IEMs at the same time, and I can put the left EX, and then I could put for example the right side of the 64s in the other ear. That's not even a contest worth discussing. But I could put the XB90 EXs or the ASG 2.5s in my left ear and put this in my right ear while they're jacked in at the same time, or reverse, because maybe one of my ears is weaker than the other. Let me not mince words with you people out there that are watching this. There is not a more powerful bass driver in ear that I've ever heard. It's 16 millimeters. It's got a high input. I've never distorted it. This goes to 685 according to the person that created it, into 16 ohms. If I'm not mistaken, these are exactly 16 ohms. That means I'm driving directly. This might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure these are 16. So this has got the potential to put up to about 600 milliwatts. Let's cut that down to 500 up and stable, and cut off 185 and say that that's peaky stuff. And these are fine. It's an enormous amount of bass, but I'm not going to discuss that with people, because people say I don't get a lot of bass out of that, or like the people on my channel that say the SCs don't have that much bass. Come on, man. Watch the videos. Forget what I type and what I say. Just watch the videos. You show me something that does something like that, like 100 other people that said they were going to come on and show me a video, and they never showed the video, and they sent a private message saying I tried it and I couldn't get any results, or I never heard from them again. It's part and parcel for, making big claims. Someone else is going to dispute your claim. I can't do demonstrations with this bass because it's an in-ear monitor, but I've listened to what I thought was the best and what other people have said is the best, and I've listened to it at the exact same time, playing the exact same thing in my left ear, and the other in the right, and the other in my left, and this in my right, and this was the bass king. Now let's put that to the side, because I'm not going to discuss that with people. If you're going to dispute the bass, then I'm a bass head man, and a lot of people aren't. So that's done. These are bass monsters. Godzilla's at the beginning of this video because he belongs there, because he's a beast, and these are beasts. Let's get to what's really special about these. The mids and the treble. These are studio monitors, which means that they were tuned to play in a studio and not give emphasis to anything in a way that would obstruct anything else. So the sub bass all the way up to 1K is almost ruler flat. You can check that online. I showed you the tape mod in the other part of this video, where you put a little piece of black tape, which these have on it right now, and if you don't full size your screen and you weren't looking at it too closely, you'd never notice, because it's a black IM and the tape is black. So it's not, is it jumping out at you? Nobody's ever noticed it or said, there's something on your thing. If this was pink, okay, but it's black, and the IM's black electrical tape. It's camouflage. You can't even tell it's there. You put this on there, you put a little pinprick in there, you maintain a good stage, slightly smaller than what's stock, which is huge, outside of your head level huge, and you've got great stage, and you've got great mids, and you've got great instrument separation of instruments on a level that surpasses this 8BA set, the 64 years, which is the same as the 846s. So these are more impressive than they've ever been to me. They do everything. They play upper notes like a triangle, guitar, from the lower octaves to the higher octaves, male voices, female voices. It's got detail retrieval. It's a monster when it comes to pushing up the bass really hard, cutting at 250, leaving the cut all the way to 500, and then letting it get back up to 0 at about 1K, raising a little bit at 4, raising a little bit at 10, and then that's it. And I'll put these up against anything. These are absolutely beasts. These are bass beasts. These will play reggae, hip hop, classical rock, guitarists using distortion pedals, really hard stuff for 8BA driver, 8BA IM, a dual driver, all of these configurations that I've been playing around with for the past 6-7 months. Nothing's touching this, and that's the way it is. Like I said with the other video about you're not a bass head. Forget bass head, man. I've been listening to a lot of classic rock lately, and these are just awesome with that. And then every once in a while I'll A and B some bass, and that's, I don't know why I have to constantly reconfirm with myself what I already know, which is that these are the bass bosses. and I own them, and they do everything great because I was born on classic rock, not hip hop. I love hip hop though, but classic rock was when I was growing up as a kid, so I'm in want of nothing. These are absolutely fantastic, and I highly recommend them. You ought to get them, man. These are the best that I've ever had, regardless of price or anything else. These are awesome. Highly, highly recommended. These, along with the Mojo, are the two highest rec things that I've got. The SZ are very, very, very genre specific, and I've got to make qualifiers when I rec that. I don't need to make any qualifiers for this. You put a cover over the wire, and you fix the wire problem. You don't need to upgrade the cable. You put a piece of tape on there, and you put a little pinprick. If that's beyond your skills, then I don't know what to tell you. If you want everything handed to you on a platter, then you're not a bass head anyway. And I don't even know if you've ever listened to music in the most optimized way possible, because a little bit of EQ here and there is really good, because the drivers that you're listening to are not guaranteed to have been tuned correctly. They all sound different. You got to put the things in your ears, play with an EQ, and find out what sounds closest to what you remember the original sound like, if you heard it on vinyl or something. So what is good is what you like, and these are good because I like them, and I highly recommend people spend money because of the words that I say. So I'm saying to you that nothing will beat these in bass if you do what I just showed you to do. And mids, the bass to mid transition, and also the highs with a little bit of boost in the 4 and the 10, and you're good to go, man. Nobody's got anything better than you. Or get up in the thread and let me know what that is, so I can get my hands on it and try it out. Tell me what the song is. Seriously. No hesitations. These are awesome. Worth every single penny. Okay, I'm going to start this review with the close-up of the mod for the Sony EX800ST. If you look at these, so you don't need to get an aftermarket cable. You take the Via Blue stuff that you can get online. It comes in different colors. It comes in black only too. You take this, you stick it in the end, and then you push, and then you do that. And you push, and then you do that. So you're snaking it all the way up. Now, after having snaked that up, I've got what is the stock total crap. This isn't long enough because I'm just using it for a demonstration. What is the absolute crap cable when it comes to its behavior? If it's wrapped in the sheet, suddenly you can see the potential for not being a problem in your life anymore. There you go. So the problem that is the EX800ST's wire, same with the 7550, is fixed with Via Blue, and it's nicer. It doesn't scratch anything. You know what? Wires are rubber, so they're not going to scratch anything anyway. But it's just nicer to deal with, and you can wind it up and put it away easily. These are very, very nice. Comes in red, blue, gold, black, whatever you want. And if this were longer, I could run it all the way up to where the cinch is, and then this thing would be completely like this. So you don't need to get an aftermarket cable for the 800 to avoid this. This is a good kind of visual. This is horrific, and this is nice, and it's the same cable. One's got half, it's got a cover, and the other half is stock. This used to drive me mental, and then I figured this out. So that's how you take care of that.